Hello, I am here with Snickers, and this is just kind of a little training thing to see how we're doing, mainly so I can reference back to these and just see how Snickers is growing and learning, and how I'm growing and learning, because we've never done this before, hey? So I'm just gonna have to do a little voiceover here because I didn't realize that it wasn't picking up sound from my AirPods. So here you can see I'm just going back over some backing up, and after that you'll see I'm gonna do just getting him to move his haunches and his forehand, just going back over everything that we've covered so far, especially because I believe on his right side he's still not the biggest fan of moving, yielding the forehand, but yeah, he's learning. You can see in the video he keeps swishing his tail, which might be in part frustration, but also there are a lot of flies. But he's overall doing a lot better. Okay, I skipped over some things here because it would have been a really long video, but here you can see we're working on turning on the haunches on his right side, which is definitely the worst side, but he's starting to get it a bit more, though you'll see I still have to put quite a bit of pressure before he does move. My goal is that I'll be able to eventually just put a little bit of pressure and he'll move, and as he gets kind of loosened up, you'll see it does get better. So the important part obviously being, as soon as he moves, or in this case, the goal is to get him to step in front of the left leg. So as soon as he does that, release the pressure. So here you can see I've kind of started rubbing my hand just all over him, especially focusing on the belly, especially on the lower part, just to get him more used to that. That is his least favorite part to be touched, including the hind legs, but we've been working on that quite a bit, and I find especially now that the flies are out and everything, he's actually gotten quite a bit better, because if he's being bugged by the flies, I like to kind of shoot them away, and he's gotten used to that, and he loves the scratches there too. Here we started getting into a bit of lunging, where I just ask him to move his front end out and then move forward using my left hand there. And then I asked him to stop just by looking at his hind end and getting him to move it over. During this, he might also be a little bit distracted because my mom went and got her horse, who was down here by the arena with us. So he's kind of looking for his friends there. So here I've switched over to his other side, and honestly it might not look like a whole lot, but a month ago we definitely were not anywhere near this. He's gotten a lot better with moving out around me. And here you can see I asked him to stop slightly differently by going in front of his drive line at the shoulders, but I think at the pace and how close he is to me right now, I'm gonna have to stick with looking at his haunches to get him to stop, and then eventually working with the drive line once he moves out a bit further. So sort of the final thing that I'm working on with Snickers today is with the bareback pad. He has had a saddle pad on before, but I wanted to get him used to the bareback pad so I can put the cinch or girth for that on as well, and he can get used to that feeling as well. Now, before I just threw it on, I did kind of wave it in front of him and let him get used to that. I'm just focusing on his behavior, like, does he walk away? Is he blinking? Does he just look panicked? But he was doing really well. Here you can see he started walking, so just waited until he stopped again and released the pressure. overall, he's not too worried about that. So here you can see I'm now putting on the girth or cinch for the bareback pad. Snickers doesn't really care, he's just minding his business. And I just put it on quite loosely for now and just saw how he reacted. He didn't really care, and then just asked him to walk a bit, see how he felt about the movement with the bareback pad, and I'd say he did really well. So here he is walking around after I tightened the cinch a little bit more, and he really doesn't seem to care about it. He walked pretty nicely, and then later on you'll see he decides to sniff it a bit. He is quite a curious horse, and sometimes in a bad way, like he'll want to chew stuff, but you know, it could always be worse. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. I'm super happy with how Snickers did today, and I'll probably end up making another video, so I'll see you then.